Well, hello and welcome back. I hope you're all fighting fit and well. This is Glenn from Sniper Photography and thanks for joining me here today. We've made it to Friday and that's good news. Look, today I want to talk to you about photographic mojo or losing your mojo with your photography. In other words, you feel like you're not growing with your photography. You're not taking the shots or achieving the shots that you would like to achieve. You're waking up of a morning not knowing what to photograph or where to go. You've basically just lost your photography mojo, or you're feeling a bit down and out because you have either run out of ideas on what to photograph or where to go. Now look, just let me say this to each and every one of you out there. If you've suffered that, I have too. In all facets of our life, we suffer this and we don't want to go to work. For me, sometimes I wake up of a morning and think, oh my God, I've got to deal with this client today who wants so many images to fit on so many pages for a catalogue or a food magazine, or we've got a car dealer that wants certain shots by a certain amount of time and I just don't feel like doing it, but I have to do it. And I force myself to do it because that's my living. Having said that, if you're the casual photographer or a photographer that's trying to grow and to try and get better and you feel like you're at a stalemate, don't feel despondent. Don't feel like packing it in or raising the white flag. We don't do that here. There's a few things you can do if you've lost your enthusiasm for your photography. One of the first things I suggest to people, and a lot of people come to me and ask me, Glenn, I've just lost the mojo. I've lost my drive, I don't know what to photograph, I don't know where to go. The very first thing I tell them is to take a break. Put the cameras away in your bag in the bottom of the cupboard and forget them. Forget them for 2, 3, maybe a month. Just forget about photography, right? Just forget about photography and get on with your normal day-to-day life. Because what that does, that sort of like eases your mind. You take a deep breath and you're taking you're just taking it all back and you're relaxing a bit. You're not putting yourself under any pressure. So have a break for a month. Don't take any photos for a month. Simple as that. The next thing you can do while you're off for that month is to look at your old images. Now this is a very good way of reinvigorating your enthusiasm for your photography. Look at your old images and think, well, I remember when I took that photo or that image, I think I could go back there and do it again and possibly do it better. See where I'm leading with this? What that does, that sort of like gets the endorphins flowing again in the mind, in the brain, where you think, oh, I can go out and retake that photo or create that image, but do it better. So you can't wait to get back out. So have a look at your old images from the past. I occasionally do that, not because I'm lost my mojo, it's because when I'm looking at locations that I can't remember that I've been to, when I look at the image it reminds me of where it was. So that's why I do it. But to get that mojo back, to get that enthusiasm back and the drive, look at your old images that you've taken from in the past and think, well, I can go back to that location and probably take that same photo but make it even better. So that's more invigorating for you. The next thing I suggest while you've got that month off is to read. Now, I'm an avid reader. I read 30 to 35 books a year and on all various subjects, also including photography. If you can't get hold of any of the old photography books from some of the greats, like Ansel Adams, for instance, pertaining to landscape photography, you can get it on Kindle and you can read it and just get involved with the reading of the type of photography that you like. It doesn't necessarily have to be landscape photography. It could be anything. Portrait photography, sports photography, nature photography, pet photography, it could be anything. But read books on that particular subject. And once again, what that does, that gets the enthusiasm running through the body again and through the mind. And that's another way of getting yourself motivated and getting out there with your camera. Now, a lot of people say to me from time to time that they don't know what to photograph or they've run out of ideas. I don't know another place other than planet Earth that gives us so many opportunities to take photos. Seriously, I don't know any other place. So if you're feeling down and you're feeling out of it, have a break from your photography. Think about what you want to do. Look at your older images, read books, and just take a big deep breath and sit back and just think about those things. Now, I suppose it's easier said than done, but I've fallen into that over the time. I first got my camera when I was 10 years old. It was in 1975, and ever since then I've had a camera in my hand. But over all those years, over 40 years, I've had those moments where I just couldn't be bothered. Just didn't want to do it. Just put the cue in the rack, didn't want to do it. But if you feel like that, don't feel like you're the only one. There's plenty of people out there, as I'm talking to you today, that are experiencing this situation. And my final thought on this, while you've got your month off, or however long it takes you, it doesn't have to be a month, could be 1 week, 2 weeks, could be 3 months, it doesn't matter, as long as you have some time away from your photography if you're feeling down and out of it. The final point I want to convey to you all out there is plan. When you've got that time off, you've got time to plan and think about where you want to go, what you want to photograph. And by planning, you're incorporating all those other things that I've just mentioned to you, like reading books on the great photographers of the world. Look at your old images and look at the old images where the areas. So you look at your old images, think, I'll go back to that area. So you can plan to go back to those areas where you once stood before to take those photos or images. So planning is a very, very good thing to do, and it's very helpful in getting that momentum back up and running, and get out there with your camera and just enjoy it. And my final point is, don't take it too serious. Seriously, don't take photography too seriously. Don't necessarily focus on social media. I have completed videos on social media before and how it impacts photographers and the way they think. Don't let social media rule your photography life. The only person that has to be happy with your images is you, no one else. So if you can get that mojo back, get out there and take good photos like you know how to do. And I think you'll find that if you do this, it will pay off for you. It will pay off for you. Believe me, I've been doing this long enough. It will pay off. And I have said this to students in my classes when they are feeling down. They come to me and they say, oh, I don't know what to do, don't know what to do about this. Or I let them know what I've just told you there. And 2-3 months later, they call me, contact me, send me a message saying, oh, I'm really good now. I'm going out doing this and doing that. And that's the name of the game, is to have fun and enjoy this beautiful pastime we call photography. So that's it for another episode of Sniper Photography. Just thought I'd put it out there. Tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow? We're going out doing some intimate waterfall photography, which I've got a few locations in mind, and I'll be videoing out here in the mountains, and there should be still some water running, so keep an eye out for that. That'll be up sometime over the weekend or early next week. That's intimate landscape photography pertaining to waterfalls. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's it. That's it for another episode. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell next door so you don't miss anything. And as I always say, be nice to yourself, family and friends, but most of all, you keep smiling, keep shooting, and bye for now. See you later.